I'm in my front yard, trying to soak up as much sun as I can now that it's getting nice and warm in Australia. Guys, we are going to be doing a studio vlog. I haven't done one in months. This is a jam-packed video. I'm excited to chat about everything that is included in this video, but if something isn't your jam, you can always go to the time codes down below and skip ahead to the next chapter to see what I'm working on. Before we get into that though, you guys, oh my gosh, it's been a whirlwind with this Kickstarter that we are doing and that we have successfully, I'm gonna call it a success. It is a success that we've successfully done together. We've unlocked the Patron card and I will be showing you guys the process of that. The artwork is finished for the Patron card, so we're going to discuss that, yada yada. As I'm filming this, there are currently I think 67 more hours to go with the Kickstarter, so it's actually quite urgent that you guys back the Kickstarter right now as you're watching this, because we only have 67 more hours to go. So we have yet to unlock the maker card, which is the partner card of the patron. I have a video on that, so I will link down below. We're still like $5,000 away from unlocking the maker card, so let's do it. Let's get there. It would be such a shame if we just didn't actually unlock that card. It's absolutely crucial that you back the Kickstarter right now to secure your tarot deck. We have also launched a bunch of stickers, and then last night I also launched some new enamel pins. Just head over to the link in the description of the Kickstarter. There's so much information, so many things on offer. Free worldwide shipping is available. It's epic. Like, truly, this is the biggest thing I've ever done my entire career. Go and stalk the project. To everybody else who has supported and you've been watching all the videos and you've just been with me this whole time, thank you so much. I never actually address and thank you guys enough, the people who are here, because I feel like I'm always talking and trying to convince the people who aren't here. So thank you guys so much for being here, and truly a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. It's been like years of stress and now I can just chill in the sun. All right, back the Kickstarter and let's get into the video. Hello! It's been a hot minute since we've done a studio vlog. I stopped doing the studio vlogs because anytime I wanted to chat about art, I just made a vlog just about that one particular art. That's kind of what all the like tarot card vlogs are. But just like a general studio vlog, we haven't done for a really long time. So I've got a whole mishmash of things that I'm working on. We currently only have 8 days left in the Kickstarter, and we also only really have 8 more days until we raise $100,000 to unlock the maker card. I really hope we can do it, because you know, the patron card and the maker card look so good together, and I really hope we get it. It also brings the cards up to 80 cards per deck, and it's just like a really nice round number rather than like 79, so don't know, we'll see. But yeah, very first thing that we're gonna do right now is paint the patron. The patron card is a mirror floating in the sky, and we're going to have reflective foiling on it, so it like reflects the viewer. So if you're looking at the card, it will reflect you. It has a bat on the top because bats are often guardians of the night, and you guys have been my guardians throughout the last couple of years on this journey of making the tarot card deck. And yeah, the patron is just a card like that is about you guys. It's about everybody who has supported the journey and supported the Kickstarter and been here throughout the whole creation of the tarot card deck. If you want more information on the card and the maker card, I will link that down below and you can watch that. But other than that, let's get into this artwork. Oof, my eye is twitching like crazy. Alrighty, get you all set up here. Okay, so the audio in this clip was completely messed up, so I'm just gonna quickly update you guys on what I'm doing here. I'm taking this other tarot card that I made as a reference for my colors. So I've kind of taken like elements like the background, and I have eye dropped like the yellows and all the gold areas, so you know, all the colors are consistent throughout, and I'm just basically filling in the sketch that I have here with like a solid color and then popping in the shadows and highlights. Okay, just a tiny little check-in. I just realized while I was painting this, I'm like, it's incredibly gold. And obviously it's a gold mirror, but I did remember in the original sketch that I had some pink bits. Just to give it a little bit of separation, just give the mirror some pizzazz. And then I remembered that I'm using this particular image as my color reference. So you can see here how the parts of this trombone go into peach colors. That's kind of what I want to do with this one over here, especially with all the tentacle-y little bits. And then for the main, I think in the sketch the ears are highlighted and then the nose is as well. And I'm gonna use these pinks over here as my reference. Glad I didn't like continue painting it and I remembered, because yeah, I was just looking and I'm like, it just looks a little plain. It really needs some flavor. Check-in time! Alright you guys, so I've just worked on all of the midtones, as you can see here. So all the midtones are done, and now I'm going to work on a new layer to do all the darker shadows. The base is done, so like that could be symmetrical, but since the light source is going to come from this direction, the shadows and then the highlights are going to be different. So I'm gonna go through and add all of the shadows and then put all of the highlights in. And then once I've done that, I'm going to duplicate all 3 layers and then carve in some of the pink tones around the face. Alright, so voiceover Julia once more. I really just wanted to show you guys in real time me painting in the highlights and blending out the edges. I find it to be one of the most satisfying parts in art and art making, and I just wanted to show that off to you guys in this moment. Alrighty folks, so there is some new developments for the Kickstarter. We are adding 2 more enamel pins to the Kickstarter, so there will be the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. I have just gone ahead and vectored the 2 of them, which honestly took a lot longer than you'd expect, because simplifying shapes and simplifying lines is quite tricky. I've never made dark blue pins before, and I quite like how mature they feel. I'm considering adding glitter to the yellow elements, but then the rest of it will be matte. And then if you are unsure about the sizing, that is the size of the 3 of Swords. So they're all going to be about the same size as this, and I feel like the 3 of them together are going to look really, really powerful. So by the time this video goes up, these pins will probably be on the Kickstarter as an add-on. Just remember guys, when you pledge to the Kickstarter, you don't actually get charged until the Kickstarter ends. So you can upgrade or add any stickers or pins or any other extras that you want. You can add those in with your pledge. Speaking of stickers, we've just added a Royals sticker sheet. So it has all the kings and queens and a wand, sword, cup, and 2 coins. So it's a real royal, expensive looking sticker sheet. So that is now available for $5 on the Kickstarter, 5 Australian dollars. And we've also added a blue animal sticker sheet and a red animal sticker sheet. These 2 come together as a set for $7 on the Kickstarter. And we've asked you guys what stickers you want, so that's pretty much what's informing all of these choices, because there was a lot to pull from. But the death sticker was the most requested. I've barely made any merchandise with the death card, and it's such a powerful one. So this one's for you guys, for everybody who's been, you know, really wanting some merchandise of the death artwork. And then we've also got this new strength sticker as well on the Kickstarter. So if you guys want to add all of these stickers, they are available in the add-on section on our Kickstarter. I forgot to mention there's also a sticker bundle, so you can grab all of these stickers as an option all together, so you don't have to individually add them all in. All right, you guys, that's it. Hello everybody. So I actually haven't gone through and just shown you a really simple flip through of all of the cards. You know, when there's like 78 cards, it's actually pretty overwhelming to look through them all. But in my deck tour that I posted a couple of weeks ago, if you haven't watched that, I will link that down below. I didn't actually do a quick flip through of all of these cards. So I'll go through the majors and then I'll go through all of the different suits. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to chat to you guys about my Patreon, because some news has broken about the Patreon, and I haven't actually told you guys on YouTube. So yep, let's flip through. So I'm not going to talk about the individual cards because I feel like we've done that so often. And also, if you want to see the making of a bunch of the major arcana cards, that will be linked in the description in the tarot playlist. And if you back the Kickstarter, which is in the final days, there'll be a booklet on each individual card, so you guys can spend your own time learning about each card and yada yada. But yeah, let's talk about the Patreon. So the Patreon is something that I've been doing since 2019. Over on Patreon, you know, for the first year or so, I was trying to figure out exactly what my identity was on that platform, what I wanted to achieve. And really, it was just a place for me to get like a little extra boost and some help while I worked on the tarot card project. Just a place for me to, yeah, connect with you guys on a much more deeper level. After about a year or so, I switched over the Patreon system to do like, I guess, tutoring or mentoring over on that platform, where you guys submit your artwork and get some advice from me. I've been helping you guys, you know, improve your art and your skills for the last, I believe, year and a half or maybe 2 years. Probably 2 years, which is crazy, and I can't believe that's flown by. But you know, now that the tarot card project has come to this new stage, and now that it's, you know, pretty successful and I don't have to rely so much on the Patreon money to help me get by, I am announcing that the Patreon is going to be coming to an end. I'm going to be really sad to not talk to you guys and really help you improve your art. It's something that I really enjoy doing, and seeing how much everybody has improved over on that platform just in a couple of months with, you know, their consistency and hard work. It's been really rewarding seeing what everybody has been doing over on there. Now, the reason why I'm closing my Patreon is because it's not a platform that is growing, unfortunately. This is the last major card, and then we're gonna go over to the swords. Patreon is not moving and it's not growing, and honestly, I've been doing it for a good 3 years now. I feel like I've really given it a solid go, and you know, I've kind of just been hovering around the $300 mark for years. Now that's like how much I get per month from Patreon in Australian dollars. I'm gonna be sad, you know, to obviously not have you guys over on that platform and really connect with you there, but I just don't believe that my time is worth the $300 that I get every month. It does take me a lot longer to accumulate and email everybody, and then work on the video component, and then also do art redraws on the Patreon as well. And unfortunately, it just, you know, I keep losing people over on Patreon and then gaining people, and it's just not growing, it's just stagnant. All right, and that's the last sword. Moving on to the wands. Yeah, I'm not too sure what else I could really do to grow the Patreon. I think right now I'm just taking on way too many things, and I would prefer to, you know, maybe eventually I'd like to redo my whole store and move it over to a new platform. And maybe the tutoring can be something that I offer on my shop down the track. But right now it's really, the cons are outweighing the pros. Really, like, the best thing about Patreon is like helping people, you know, the emotional pleasure that I get by helping people over on that platform, but it's really not growing from a business standpoint. And I don't know what else I can really do when it comes to Patreon, really. So I guess what I really need to tell you guys is what is happening with Patreon for the rest of the year. That's the very last one of the ones. Moving on to cups. I will be closing the Patreon at the end of the year. It'll be closing, the last month to submit is going to be in December, and therefore the last time that you guys will be receiving your feedback will be in January. So if you're a patron or you've been considering joining my Patreon to get some tailored mentoring over there to help you with your art, consider joining, because, you know, down the track, if I offer this service again, it definitely won't be at the price that it is at the moment. I think it's a really good deal for how bespoke all the advice is. So yeah, this is pretty much your inspiration. There's only 2 more months to submit your art. That means you have 2 times to make some art, get feedback from me, and then we'll be done with this Patreon platform forever. That's the Queen over there, one of my absolute favorites. I feel like South Pacific women are barely featured in pop surreal art or contemporary art in general. All right, the very last suit, which is the coins. Yeah, I'm not now. Okay, so now I have another thing that I need your feedback on. I've got a bunch of videos that are kind of just laying around now that need to be viewed. You know, it takes me quite a while to work on the videos on Patreon, and not enough people are seeing it, and there's so much amazing artwork on there. I guess I am asking you guys whether or not you would be interested in me posting those videos publicly, because they're already on YouTube. I just have to flick a switch and then they will be live. Let me know if it's something that you are interested in. Obviously I have to ask everybody who submitted if they are happy for their artworks to go live. But yeah, let me know. Are you guys interested in that? I will probably be flicking the switch on those videos around February 2022. And that's the very last one. All right, guys, comment below. Let me know. Hello. So I'm popping in real time to let you guys know that we are going to go back in time to chat about some illustrations that I did for a magazine called Bitch Mag. I was approached by them to do some editorial work. Obviously, I've been wanting to really break in and do a lot more editorial work for magazines, albums, just a lot more commercial illustration for years, and I couldn't turn it down, obviously. So I documented the whole process, and that is what we are going to take a look at. And at the end, I will reveal the patron artwork. Alrighty, so now I'm going to be drawing some, I guess, commercial illustrations for Bitch magazine. Oh, editorial illustrations, that's what it is. The brief for this one was to create one single unicorn, and basically each illustration had to, you know, summarize what is written in the article. And the article is basically talking about the history of the unicorn and how the unicorn has been used and abused through a capitalist lens, and how it, you know, was a symbol of femininity and virginity and is now a LGBTQIA icon, and then unfortunately co-opted by corporations for the pink dollar. When I was talking to the lady who wrote the article, the writer for Bitch Mag, I sent over the Aqua piece that I did, I think in 2018, which is also on this channel actually. Gosh, if you want to see an old school Zeke's Lunchbox video, head over and watch that one. I'll have that linked down below. These split head sort of pieces have been a bit of a signature now. I think for me they're really easy to encapsulate lots of themes in one. So we have the overall unicorn, and then spilling out are all these like symbols of capitalism, which is kind of what the article is enmeshed in. It talks about, you know, a lot of the history of the unicorn, how many people have basically used the unicorn for their own agenda, and how we are currently using the unicorn and its current iterations. It's a really fascinating read, so, you know, by the time this video goes out, hopefully the article will be out as well. But yeah, I'm happy with where I'm heading. I started this yesterday morning, and now I was going to finish it last night, but I was getting really tired. And I just thought, you know, I can finish off all this last minute stuff, all the small elements over here. I feel like I can render out really quickly. So that's what we're gonna do right now. But yeah, it's really nice being able to just do a traditional unicorn. I feel like I spend so much of my artistic voice attempting to do something new on the classics, and you know, sometimes the classics are classics for a reason, and people just want to see me do what they recognize but in my style. It's so funny, you know, the older you get, the more you realize like people just want to see images that they recognize. And yeah, originality is overrated, and also nothing is original. Nothing is original, and if it seems original to you, then you just don't know the reference. Seems a little bit depressing and nihilistic, but you know, that's the truth. All right, you guys, let's finish off these last elements here. So we got a bottle, a mug, a cap, and a couple of plants. And here I am drawing in a vodka bottle and just showing you guys in real time what that may look like. So my layer setup is I usually do a sketch that's just line work, and then take down that sketch in opacity, and then I fill in parts here so I can know exactly what I'm drawing. So once I take that layer off, you can see that's what all the purple that I was painting, that's what that is now. I hope you guys like my faux Starbucks cup. I had a lot of fun drawing that. I thought it was really funny. My parody Starbucks cup there. Doing the same old routine, really, just adding in all my shadows and then adding in the highlights with a white and blurring it out. Although this looks very detailed, you know, obviously I'm trying not to go for photorealism. I'm really going for something that's a bit more stylized, so it works for the budget of this job, and yeah, it just doesn't take up too much time. All right, moving on to the spot illustration. So I was commissioned to do one full page of illustration of the unicorn, and then 2 spot illustrations. So this is my little, I guess, parody art, pop art version of The Last Unicorn. I believe that's what it's called, or Hunt for the Unicorn. It's that famous tapestry of the unicorn that's behind a little fence, and in the article it talks about how corporations are describing themselves, and especially tech corporations describe themselves as like a unicorn because they're so unique, and that's kind of, you know, the visual storytelling that's going on here. So the unicorn is the hot ticket that every tech company wants, and they're guarding it with their life. Tucked away and hiding away and sucking up all of its power, ultimately. It's a good article. It's really talking about all the ways humans are using and abusing the symbol of freedom that is a unicorn. And then, lastly, this is the last illustration. One of the other ways that the article was describing unicorns is like a sexually free woman who is basically like a bisexual nymph. She's like happy to go with the flow and is non-committal, and you know, I guess for swingers or like the queer community, that's pretty much, or even like straight men, that's like described as a unicorn, you know, somebody who is truly unique and one of a kind. And that's what this last spot illustration was about. Hello, I'm still here out in the sun with Gigi. She's laying in the cement right now, soaking up that hot cement. Alright, you guys, let's reveal and tackle these 3 illustrations that I did for Bitch magazine. It was such a pleasure doing these illustrations, although I didn't really mention it. Sorry, there is some construction next door. Yeah, like I was saying, I didn't really mention it, but it took me like, I think I spent like 2.5 days on these drawings. It was like really pumping them out. That includes like sketching and painting. It was like a full-on marathon of 48 hours of painting. I mean, I didn't spend that long on it, but you know, 2.5 full days illustrating. It was quite stressful to like, I had to be very economical with it all. There was no existential crises that could occur while I was making these, you know. I have popped the illustrations in a magazine layout so you can see what it looks like. I unfortunately haven't received my copy of the magazine just yet, but I believe that you can get the magazine in Borders in the US if you're watching over there. Otherwise, you can head over to Bitch Mag's website and grab yourself a copy as well. But I had a pleasure doing those, and I'm really hoping, I'm putting out to the universe, please, 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 more editorial work. I'd love to build up a really good editorial portfolio, and I think, yeah, just being able to show off these illustrations to prove that, you know, I'm malleable, I can still work in commercial settings. I don't have to do like all lots of weird naked bodies all the time. Moving on to the Patron card. This is the final iteration of the Patron card. Here is the original sketch, and then here is the final version. I'm really happy with the gradient of the background. I just feel like that yellow against those blues, I mean, you can't go wrong. Those two colors just like, I get a tasty cheese feeling from the yellow. Does anybody else get that vibe? Let me know how you feel about this artwork. Are you excited to receive it in your deck? It is officially the 79th painting in this tarot card deck. Isn't that wild? We still have to unlock the maker. I will pop the maker up on screen so you can see we have to unlock this card at $100,000. So we're still $5 grand away. That means pretty much we need like, we're gonna need another like around 50 or 40 people to back. So if you are watching this, that literally means you. Just because you see my following and you're like, oh, you have 30,000 followers, whatever, somebody is going to do it. No, no, no. I'm literally talking to you. If you're viewing this, you've been umming and ahhing, watching the videos here and there, please go back the Kickstarter. This is your only chance. I don't know when the tarot deck will be hitting my shop. It probably won't be for months, and then once it does hit the shop, it will be a lot more expensive than it is for the Kickstarter. And you definitely won't be receiving free shipping worldwide. So this is your opportunity to back it right now and land your tarot deck. I will see you guys in the next video. Catch you later. Thank you so much for being here. Bye. You are the sleepiest little girl. You're so sleepy. Look at your little tootsies. Look at your little toes.